Hello everybody!
I'm back.
He is back. So we asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions for us for like marriage, relationship advice since we actually made it through our first year of marriage. Hey! Alhamdulillah. And many more to come, but they usually say the first year is the hardest. And a lot of questions came in, so he will be helping me answer them today because, you know, relationships are a two-way street. Number one, what are some red flags to look out for in a potential spouse? For me, some of the red flags were that I did not want someone who is cheap, emotionally or like money-wise. That's like a huge red flag. Anger management issues, someone who's very controlling. All of these things were like at the top of my list. If I see that the person has like anger management issues, rage problems, was just slightly, you know, very stingy when it comes to money, that was just like, I'm walking away. No way I'm gonna see that person again. So what are your red flags?
Fair enough. Not ambitious. You have to have some sort of ambition and drive in life to succeed and like motivate and to do other things rather than just sit at home and like, you know, I don't want that typical sit at home wife that does like, you know, cooking and cleaning and does nothing much and that's it. That was kind of boring. So someone that is more, you know, driven.
Okay, what else? Nothing? That's
I don't
it?
know,
Like, that
you
was
just
the
put me on the spot, Yani.
all the questions are gonna be putting you on the spot. Like, what are your deal breakers if you were to go out on a date and you'd be like, hey, I'm looking to marry this girl, what are your deal breakers?
Smoker. Smoking is no.
Okay.
Women that smoke are just
No,
not my.
not judging, yeah, but it's not
but
his
that's
thing.
not mine. It's one of my
Okay.
personality traits. Hygiene is highly important.
Okay.
Someone that can take care of themselves. A man should also be hygienic, vice versa.
I never thought of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks matter, you know. Also have to be hygienic. I mean, perfume and clothing and taking care of yourself, mani-pedi and all that. Men, take notes. We do our nails. Do your nails.
Yeah, he does his nails.
And feet. Take care of your skin. Look nice.
But that's like for you, that's like a red flag that I would see in a man. A red flag that you would see in a girl, same
woman
thing?
too, yeah.
Okay.
Over makeup is not one of my fortes. Too much makeup is
Oh
not
boy,
my thing.
you guys.
Her and makeup is good.
On
More
my
makeup.
wedding day, the first thing that he said, what did you say? Well, not on wedding day, but like in the Jordanian wedding. So he just saw me like a glance when I was walking out of the car because I was with my mom from the salon and he was in the car behind us. What was the first thing that you said?
Nothing. I said you look beautiful.
Oh no, that was not the case. He was just shocked of the amount of makeup that I had. I was like, so yeah.
Oh my, yeah.
I realized not a lot of men like makeup, so just
Keep it natural.
putting it out there. Okay.
I think that sums it up.
Okay, next question. Any advice to someone who is seeing people to get married? Like, what's your number one advice to someone who's interested in getting married?
Be straight, like be blunt where you want to be and where you want to end up.
Don't lie.
Yeah,
don't lie about anything from the beginning.
Be like, don't say that I have these things or I want these things, but you don't end up doing it. That means you just trap the person into a lie in your whole life, and
That's haram. They
Yeah.
will come back and tell you, you told me that you were like certain character and then you end up being the
Yeah.
exact opposite. So
not just financially, but everything. Like, let's say you want kids now, but then 2 years down the line, you're like, no. But then the person will be like, but you decided we wanted kids at the beginning. So some kind of things that you have to have, like, you know, talk about everything that you want and you don't want, and what you don't like and what you like. So
I completely agree with that. Let's like be straightforward.
yeah.
Okay, so the third question, are your in-laws okay with you not living with them?
Oh, definitely, 100%. My mom
Yeah.
was like, bye-bye, you do your thing. My dad, on the other hand, was like a bit not okay, but eventually he saw it our way.
He never said anything to
He
me
did,
though,
yeah.
like haram. My in-laws are super like open-minded. So traditionally Pakistani households, they have like the grandmother and then the mother and
It's a
like
one
the kids
household
and-
community.
Exactly.
South Asians are kind of like that.
Yeah.
But no, my parents were like, no, go get your own house, rent, live in a basement, live here temporarily till you find a place, that's okay, but permanently, that's a no-no. Both my mom and dad were like, nah.
That was not also feasible because
Yeah.
like they live in an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, and he has brothers, so it wouldn't have been feasible
Appropriate.
for us. Yeah. So we moved out. They did not have a problem. They never said anything to me. They're more than welcome when we want to go visit them. They call us, you know, we're there a lot of the times. We spend a lot of time with them. I love them. In an Arab household, traditional Arab household, you always move out. Like, we normally don't see the typical son and daughter-in-law move in with the in-laws. That's not the case. So I think it creates a lot of problems and like blurred out boundaries. And we live not so far from them, but we like, alhamdulillah, we have very healthy relationships. We all love each other. We all respect each other. And they didn't want us to move in with them permanently, nor did we want to move in with anyone permanently. So it just worked out.
Yep.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Why don't you have kids yet?
It's too soon. It's way too soon to have kids. Let me enjoy life a little, travel, get the financial needs to have a baby. It's very expensive to have a baby in this country.
I just think personally, no one should have a baby in the first year and a half of their marriage, because you never know. Like, I could be putting out this whole persona of me before. He could have been,
someone different.
And then when you end up moving in together, and then
you get to know the person in that 1-2 year gap, see how they are when they're with others, how they travel.
True.
You get to know, kind of.
Like, you never know if they're good or bad until you live with them. So that's why I'm like, just wait a year and a half. I know very, very unfortunate stories of people around me that it didn't work out.
And then the kids are stuck in the middle. So
exactly.
It's best to you think it out before you put a kid in that position.
Was it hard to adjust with your in-laws? So you first.
Me?
Yeah, was it hard?
No, not really. It was very seamless. I thought we were married for years. As weird as it seems, it wasn't like you're in a completely different family. We had so much common ground between us and the families together that when they met each other, as if they've been like long friends that just met for a cup of tea or something.
When we first, his family came to visit my family, we did a round table where everyone introduced themselves and was talking about themselves, and it was just to break the ice and have everyone kind of get to know the other person's background, and it went really well. Alhamdulillah, everyone liked each other, everyone was just laughing, having a good time, which was really great to transition into getting engaged and him being part of my family, me being part of his family. And as for me, alhamdulillah, my in-laws have been nothing but supportive and really good to me. So it was pretty easy. But you also need to know, you don't only marry the person, you marry the in-laws. So you need to make sure that they have really good families and, you're on the same page, or at least your partner stands up for you if your in-laws are not the best.
Yeah. I agree.
Best and worst part of being married.
Best part of being married, you have a partner for the rest of your life.
He's too nice to say, but I guess maybe having the freedom of you making your own decisions without consulting with another person.
Yeah, you don't have that independence anymore. You can't be just I head out and do something and then come back or buy something. You can't be on your own and my way is the highway kind of thing. When you're single and doing your own thing, you can do that.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you have the freedom to pick a backpack and travel the world the next day. No one would stop you. It's just you. But versus here, you have to now look at career, job, how am I gonna pay, how...
You have to coordinate our plans, just on a day-to-day basis,
Who's out where, what do you have this time to this time, can you do this to this time?
Deciding also what to cook is one of the hardest things about marriage. Let's not get into that.
It's not a worst thing, it's just a small thing you have to get used to, that you have another person in your life that you have to care about. And if you include a child, then that's 3 things you have to care about. So that's
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. It's just it's a very different from there's benefits to single life and there's benefits to married life. I personally prefer the married life, but won't you?
And I don't have much in my single life anyways.
So I prefer married life, but that whole you being your own boss kind of thing and just doing whatever you want is off the table. And it's kind of nice that there's another person in your life, but also that's gone. That's
I guess
no
it's
longer there.
More structured.
Yeah. I don't know how to go about my first night. Any advice?
That's what we're gonna do. Next. Who? Huh? Next, and then I don't think this video is that appropriate, okay?
This is an 18+ question. I will say this. I will say this, okay? This is something you need to talk about before the wedding. Not like very early on in your relationship where you don't know if you're gonna marry this person, but like before the wedding, this is something that you really need to be on the same page with your partner.
You know they're gonna watch this video.
Yeah. I'm trying to
This
keep
is
it.
why I'm
keeping it PG as much as possible, okay?
Don't have kids. Don't plan on having kids on the first night. Take it slow. Be romantic. Set the mood.
Yeah.
It should be like out of a novel journal. Next.
Are you sure you have nothing to add?
I added my
Okay,
2 cents.
Just talk about it, I guess.
Yes.
He's very uncomfortable with answering this question.
On a camera.
Okay, this is a very interesting question. Why do some Arab girls refuse to date Arabs? I get rejected because of this.
That's all you. Not me.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I'm gonna speak from my personal experience. Okay. My mom tried to set me up with like a couple of Arab guys. And first of all, sometimes you're just not compatible. There's nothing wrong with them. They're amazing men, but you're just not compatible. Number 2, we need to fix a lot of things within raising men in Arab households. I'm just gonna put it out there. From what I've seen around me, I don't want to generalize. I've seen how Arab men are raised.
Perceived.
Yeah. Or no, just raised in general, which make them feel that they're so entitled.
Dominant.
Very dominant, very controlling. They feel like their masculinity is less if they consult with their partner, if they take her opinion. It just doesn't work in this time and day. Like, it does not work. You just have to be very open-minded, very give and take kind of personality. Rage problems have to be thrown out the window. It's no longer tolerated by Arab women. I've seen it all around me. Like, a lot of my Arab friends who are girls have the same complaints that, rage problems, controlling problems, kind of telling the women what to do, what not to do, not wanting them to have a career, just be a stay-at-home mom and raise the kids, not be able to be financially independent, or if they're financially independent, being very controlling of her and how she spends, and like, why? It's just, there's a lot of issues within the Arab world that need to be addressed. There's a lot of good Arab girls out there. Like, I have amazing friends who honestly deserve the best men in the world, but all they get are those like narcissistic, rageaholic type of men. And why would anyone want to get married if that's the person you're going to end up marrying, right? This one's nice. This one's for you. What is the first thing a guy notices in a girl?
Looks. Always looks. No matter how you spin it. Yes, looks matter. That's what I said. Perceive hygiene, how you look, present in the world is how people will perceive you.
It's, I guess, the first impression.
Yes, first
Like that
impression
first
is
impression.
look for a girl, for a guy. Because you don't know the person, so as you walk down the street or whatever, you see that. The same visual would be with like a car and a watch or whatever. You would see a car and you'd be like, ooh. But you don't know what's in the car, you just know how the car looks from the outside, That's from men talking with cars about things. Siani, you know what I'm saying? The car can be garbage inside, but the outside just looks shiny and sparkly. And you don't know when you go inside the car, the guy just has like junk food everywhere. So then you just leave the car.
Okay, then no, what?
It's a terrible analogy, but you can.
Okay, no.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Rewind. Not to be superficial.
We cannot see through the personality, It doesn't. Actually, it doesn't come first. You see looks, then you get to know the person, then you get to know the personality. If somebody is very beautiful and pretty and you get to know the personality, and then you don't like it, then it's like, that's gone. You see a person is beautiful and gorgeous, and then you see them smoking, so then if that's a turn off for you, you'll be like, okay, bye. Even though she's like a model, and you'll be like, no.
Okay, I think that's it.
Oh, yes.
Hey, that's it. Okay, so no more questions because like I have to edit this for less than 15 minutes. So.
Oh yeah, they get long.
Yeah.
I told her to do like part 1 and part 2, but then I guess people will be like, TikTok already has part 1.
Yeah, it'll get too much. So we tried to answer most of the questions that we got in this Q&A.
The juicy ones.
Yeah. The juicy ones that you would not answer. But anyway, we got to answer most of them. We got to cover most of them. If you guys have any more questions, drop them in the comments down below. Or you can always DM me or, send them through, I don't know, other social media platforms.
Through her website.
And, oh yes, please check out my
Follow
website.
her on TikTok.
Check out
Subscribe.
my website. Check out my website down below. It's going to be in the description. And we will see you guys in another video, hopefully soon. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.